Alright, so hey guys, J Games here again, and this is gonna be part 8 of What If Shanks trained Luffy. I know my what ifs haven't been as good as they could be, because, my first part, part 7 and 7.5, was originally just one part, somehow it turned into 2 parts. I don't know how, but it did. Might have been a time limit thing for Moby's end, don't know. But, got one more thing you guys do hear noise in the background. I'm watching Walking Dead. You might hear gunshots or something. Oh yeah. So, yeah, back to the story. That left off with Ace and Sabo leaving after destroying the cannon and half the clock tower. So they saw the cannon. They said goodbye to Luffy and everyone. Alright, now we're going to the main story. King Cobra will thank Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. He didn't have a chance to thank Ace, so yeah. Also, in this one, Ace didn't give Luffy his Fairy card. I'm gonna say he didn't. I'm stuck between him giving it to him in Drum Island, or him just having it from when he last left off to go to New World. So at one point, the Straws are talking about talking to King Cobra. Pretty sure that's Vivi's dad's name. But he's talking about having the Straws like be awarded a medal or something. And Luffy does know that the world government or that Alabasta and the world government are allied. And Luffy will tell King Cobra that it's not good for them to get medals from this country, since they'll probably be in trouble with the world government. Alabasta will. Cobra will agree and just sadly say, alright. I want to say that Vivi does have instead of all the X's that Straw Hats have, he's gonna have a tattoo. It's not gonna be like the whole Straw Hat flag like all the other ones do. Also, I'm gonna give Luffy quite a few tattoos. Right, so Luffy's gonna have a Straw Hat symbol on his chest, kind of like the size of if you've seen Marco's Whitebeard tattoo, it's about the size. Luffy's gonna have a tattoo of the Straw Hat flag, about the size of that one on his chest. And then I'm gonna say out of respect for Whitebeard and Shanks, he's gonna have 2 tattoos of their flags on his back, just half the size of the one on his chest. He's gonna have one of the Spade Pirates on his back as well. Then on his right arm, he has the names of his if you've seen Ace's tattoo, the A is for Ace. It's supposed to say Sabo, but it's crossed out because Ace didn't know Sabo was alive. The C stands for Crybaby, and that was Luffy. And the E is Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard. He's gonna have a tattoo similar to that, except number 1 is gonna say S for Shanks, G for Guard, A for Ace, S for Sabo, E for Edward. Then he's gonna have a U for Usopp, Z for Zoro, N for Nami, and an S for Sanji. So that goes from about the shoulder blade all the way down to the center of his hand. So top of his shoulder to the center of his hand. So he does have one whole arm full of tattoos. And I'm saying while Luffy's in Alabasta, he does get 2 more tattoos, and it's gonna say, and there's gonna be a V for Vivi, because Luffy actually had a lot more respect for Vivi since she had the guts to stand up to a whole army by herself. So there's gonna be a V. Robin did join the crew. Sanji was okay with it, of course. And Luffy kind of just gave everyone a reason why she should join the crew. He told Nami she could probably get more treasure because of her devil fruit. And Nami's gonna be like, "Welcome to the crew, sister." And he told Zoro, or actually no, Zoro kind of just went along with it because it's his captain. And he kind of just told Usopp that she could probably help him with his observation hockey training. Then he told the same thing to Chopper for armament. Because she puts on her hands and they could either use like punching bags. I don't know if it works double through. If her hands actually someone's get hurt, I don't know if it'll reflect like the pain on her actual body. I'll say it doesn't. But like Luffy's tattoos. So on his left arm, he has everyone except Robin, Vivi, and Chopper. So on his right arm, he's gonna have the V, an R, and a C. So, yeah. So you guys are noticing how much tattoos Luffy has, and considering how young he is. I'm pretty sure right now Robin would be the oldest Straw Hat. Then I'm pretty sure it'd be Nami. Nami or Sanji is second place. Then there's Zoro. Then I'm pretty sure, I keep forgetting who's older, Usopp or Luffy. But I know Chopper's the youngest Straw Hat. But I'm surprised that Luffy has so much tattoos despite being one of the younger Straw Hats. I kind of just think that he might just have them out of respect for other people. And all these tattoos are like paying homage to everyone that he's ever met. Except like the Whitebeard crewmates, all he has is their captain's name. Same with the Red-Haired Pirates. But yeah. The Strats do end up leaving. So when they leave, if Mr. 2 will actually be on their ship, and he's about to kick him square in the head. So he says, "The Marines are coming, and I can play a diversion. I can play as a diversion for you." He will say, "No need, I'll handle him." And he's first. Mr. 2 will say, "You don't need to call me Mr. 2. Just call me Bone-chan." Luffy's gonna be like, "I'm not adding Chan, just Bone." Bone's gonna be like, "Okay, cool." And he's going to, I guess, just watch and kind of like not believe that Luffy can handle all those pirate ships, because there's gonna be Tashigi's smoker ship, and that's 2 rear admirals right there. And there's going to be Hana, Full Body, and Django in one ship. It's a vice admiral and 2 captains. Full Body is a rear admiral now. Then Django's a captain. So that's one ship of a vice admiral, rear admiral, and a captain. And 2 more ships in the back. And Bone says, "I'm sure you can handle that, because it's about almost enough to be a buster call." And Luffy says, "I was with the Whitebeard and Red-Haired Pirates for years. I've seen more than 3 buster calls." And everyone's like, "How are you alive?" And everyone just sees him go to Gear 4th, and they're like, "We haven't seen this before, not at all." So once Luffy goes Gear 4th, he ends up kind of just going into this. I'm not gonna say Snake Man. I'm pretty sure he has a form called Tank Man. If he doesn't, too bad. He has one now. And Luffy has a move called Mortar Gatling. It's where he pulls his arms as far as he can. And he kind of buffs them up like he's gonna do a King Kong organ or something. Drop that move. The move is called. But kind of like that. And the Marines are like, "What's he gonna do?" And he just starts pummeling their ships. Like each time they get within at least a foot, his hockey will already just destroy the ship. He doesn't even need to touch it. He just needs to use his hockey, and they're just destroyed. So yeah. he kind of just deflates. But this time he does like he beat the system on that he can move. He just can't use hockey or double for 10 minutes. And when his crew hears it, like, so we have to defend you every time you use that. You gonna say? Yeah, essentially, yeah. What he's gonna say. The one upside is there's barely any people out in the Grand Line currently that are stronger than me. What people we're gonna encounter right now, they're either gonna be friends or beaten in 2 of my hits. And also keep in mind that Luffy is almost a Admiral level fighter. Sabo and Ace, they can probably take on. Sabo and Ace teamed up, they can take on the Admirals. Like Sabo and Ace team up, they can take on all 3 Admirals and win. But if they were to fight Admirals by themselves, they could probably fight 2 of them and win, and then they're too tired out to fight another one. And Ace's basic fire is blue. I'm pretty sure blue flames can burn hotter than magma. So, you could probably fight back Akainu. So Ace can beat Akainu. Then he can also beat, Ace can mainly beat Akainu and Aokiji. Kizaru is going to be a problem. It's kind of reverse for Sabo. Ace and Sabo can both beat Aokiji. They can both beat Aokiji. Ace and Sabo can both beat Aokiji. So yeah. That was from like a power comparison. Also, really white. We're gonna go to Whitebeard real quick. I'm gonna say that Ace travels back to Whitebeard, and they get there super fast since Ace and Sabo are kind of just flying basically. Like Ace kind of just launched himself with his fire, and kind of just using he's a flaming torpedo right now. Kind of just a torpedo. If he does start to fall, he has Sabo that's kind of living in the clouds right now, literally. And I'll tell you that when they get back to Whitebeard, it's going to take probably about, I'm going to say, 4 hours. And Whitebeard will ask how their search for Whitebeard went. And Shanks and Whitebeard are actually talking right now. And I'm going to say that Garp actually ended up joining Whitebeard's crew, but no one knows he is on the crew. Except, like, you know, the Whitebeard pirates, right here, Shanks pirates, and Luffy. Like, Sengoku just thinks Garp is just off living his best life. So, yeah. But, so I'm gonna add one thing about Whitebeard. He actually got healed since Luffy, Ace, and Sabo all have really good healing. This is thanks to Marco and anyone else from the Whitebeard pirates. And the red-haired pirates. So that was actually enough to actually make it. So Whitebeard can't really die of the disease anymore. So if they were to fight Marineford, it's true that's too much of a spoiler. Whitebeard and Shanks are stronger than they were in canon. So is Garp. I want to say that Shanks' hockey, like when you first saw him on like in canon where he had to meet with Whitebeard, you see like his hockey was destroying Whitebeard's ship a little bit. This time if Shanks were to exert that amount of hockey, that or if he were to exert hockey because he was a little cautious, we'd actually probably just start shattering Whitebeard's ship probably about 10 times his speed. So if Shanks were on the ship for at least 2 more minutes and he was using as much hockey as he could right now, Whitebeard's ship would be sinking into the ocean right now. But right now they're kind of just talking. They're not cautious around each other. They have a pirate alliance. So they have a pirate alliance and everything. So Ace will come back. Whitebeard will ask about their adventure, and Ace is gonna say, "You're not gonna believe this. We ran into Luffy and his crew." And Whitebeard will say, Oh, really? How's that boy doing? Or how's that brat doing? And Shanks will say, I'm also a little curious. Whitebeard didn't know Shanks was there since I'm gonna say that Shanks is just arriving. Like he just hopped off his ship and got there. And then Garp will chime in. I'm also pretty curious. And he's gonna Ace is gonna say, so he's actually doing really well. He just saved Alabasta. Then be like, a pirate just saved the whole kingdom. And Ace is gonna say, yeah. Well, he saved two kingdoms. He saved Drum Island from a tyrant. Well, I think me and Sabo mainly did that, but we'll give that one to Luffy. They're gonna say he's acting more like a marine than a pirate and start laughing. And that's when Ace will say, actually, the guy that was terrorizing Alabasta was Crocodile, the warlord. And they're gonna be like, makes sense. The guy's kind of a douche. So we're gonna go back to like Alabasta. Hana actually does go to Alabasta and meet with King Cobra, asking if the Strats were there and they weren't being reported. And King Cobra will say, well, the Strats were here, but we are doing them favors since they saved our kingdom. And he's gonna hand over Crocodile and say, one of yours was terrorizing our whole kingdom. And Hana's gonna say, sir, you're under. And then King Cobra will say, no, you're not gonna arrest me for housing my country's saviors. We called you guys for months, and you guys didn't even answer. And he's gonna ban the Marines from ever entering his island unless they're admiral level, or unless they're like admirals or higher. And when Hana hears this, she's gonna say, you can't do that. And he's gonna say, yeah, I can, but I can't disband my country from the world government. You guys are not gonna lose a heavy amount of firepower. And Hana will just leave with like Crocodile in shackles. Mr. 2 isn't caught at all since, he just got away scot-free. And Hana will actually walk back to King Cobra and ask for a ship. He's gonna say no, and he's giving her, I'm gonna say 1 week to build her own ship to repair her ship on the island. Right, now we're going back to Luffy. Ace will tell the Strats that they're doing good and everything. So I was gonna say, yeah, Luffy's a lot stronger as well. He did get a little injured though. Everyone's gonna be surprised that Luffy got injured, and he's gonna say, Ace will say, oh yeah, someone used a hockey-infused cannonball on him. Garp is gonna rush at Ace and say, hey, is he okay? What happened to his hands? Not his hands. He's gonna say, what happened to Luffy? How injured is he? And start being so parent. So like he's gonna be a major parent. And then Ace will start laughing and say, he has some slight burns on his hand and he did break them. Garp is gonna like collapse on the ground and say, good. And he's gonna be like, why is that good? And Garp will look at them and say, have you seen what a hockey-infused cannonball can do? And I'm gonna say that Garp's throwing power is that of a cannonball no matter what he throws. Like, Garp's arm throws as hard as a cannon, probably harder. So Garp will pick up a cannonball, infuse it with hockey, and just chuck it. And I'm gonna say he chucks it at like a tiny island that's abandoned. And it's just gonna everyone's gonna see they can see a crater in the island from where he is right now. And they're gonna be like, how does Luffy still have the upper half of his body? So yeah, Luffy is still healing, by the way. So yeah. I'm gonna say that the Strats are actually training a lot harder since they do feel a little bad that they weren't there with their captain, and he got injured. So I'm gonna say that Zoro can actually, Zoro, he learns armament hockey and he's not an amateur at it right now. He's like, I'm gonna say he's probably a trained Marine level of hockey. So I'm gonna say that he can every Straw Hat can, except Nami and Usopp can use Iron Body, and Robin can't use it either. But every Straw Hat except Robin, Chopper,
No, just Robin and Nami can't use Iron Body. Everyone else can. Alright, so Robin, Usopp, and Nami, they can't use any Armament Hockey moves. Usopp can't use too much Armament Hockey, so he can barely use it. Nami has no talent for Armament Hockey. She can't use it at all. Robin doesn't know how to infuse Armament Hockey yet, so she's training with Luffy on that. So Robin training with Luffy on observation and armament. And Luffy will actually start scanning Robin for hockey, and he's gonna say, "You have a fair amount of hockey in you, probably about a Vice Admiral level amount." He's gonna say, "I'm pretty decent then." And I'm gonna give something to two Straw Hats. I'm giving Zoro and Robin Conqueror's hockey. So then Luffy will actually start sensing strange hockeys from Zoro and Robin. He's gonna call them to me to talk with him, and he's gonna tell them, "I guess you guys have the same kind of hockey as me." So once you guys become professionals in armament and observation, you guys are going to be taught by me personally to use Conquerors. And they're gonna be like, "Wait, we have Conquerors? The hell?" And Zoro's gonna have Conquerors, just because I'm gonna say he has descendants from Wano that served directly under Odin, and their power was enough to actually Zoro inherited it from Wano. I'll say that Robin's mom had it, and from Ohara, we don't know much about Ohara, I'm pretty sure, but I'll say that since Robin's mother was kind of like a leader for her country because of her intelligence, she actually unlocked Conqueror's hockey at birth. Robin did. Yeah, she unlocked Conqueror's hockey. So let's make Zoro and Robin actually train together, but 10 times harder. Just will say, "Why did you tell them? What did you tell them? Because they're training a lot harder, and we want to know what made them train like that." And Luffy will say, "Sorry, but what they have right now, no one else but me has." You're gonna start putting it together. At least Usopp and Nami are, and they're gonna yell, "They have Conqueror's hockey!" And Luffy will say, "Yeah," and kind of just be a little disappointed. So yeah, they're training in Conquerors right now, and they're on their way to the place where they found like a map to Skypiea. And I'm saying that Robin and Zoro trained for about. Say this trip is gonna take a week. Robin and Zoro trained for about 72 hours straight, so 3 days straight. They trained for 3 days straight. And Zoro's actually gonna actually unlock. I'm gonna say that Zoro has green hockey now. He's gonna acknowledge this and say, you have green hockey, but you probably can't use it as efficiently. And he's just gonna give Zoro a punch, but not gonna use like black hockey. He's gonna give him like an invisible hockey punch, and it's gonna start cracking Zoro's green hockey. He's gonna acknowledge this and say, "Zoro, start training in black hockey more, and once you train it a little more, your green hockey is probably gonna be unbreakable. So if I can shatter your hockey right now, there's a good chance someone that knows a good amount of hockey can probably just crack yours a whole bunch." Zoro's gonna say, "All right," and he's gonna notice that Robin actually unlocked Conqueror's hockey by herself. And I'm gonna say that Robin was like training with it a little bit, and she was using it on Zoro as they were fighting. Like each time she would make impact with him, and she would unleash Conqueror's hockey. And that's when Luffy will tell Robin, unleash as much Conqueror's hockey as she can at him. Robin's gonna do it, and Luffy's gonna notice that her Conqueror's color is purple. And one thing, I'm pretty sure Katakuri, Bullet, and Luffy are the ones that were given colors for Conqueror's hockey. Cloud Courage is blue, so is Bullets, and then Luffy's is red. So yeah, I'm just gonna, since Rayleigh is called Dark King, I'm just gonna give Rayleigh black hockey. Like that's his base. That's his basic hockey color. You know, his name is Silver's Rayleigh. His hockey color is gonna be like kind of just grayish silver. So yeah. Luffy will end up, I guess, training Robin to activate Conqueror's Hockey more, since that's what she seems more proficient in. And Usopp will actually fire I want to say he fires a water star at her, because he wants to test if she learned at least a little bit of observation. And Robin, without even using observation, just dodges it with ease. Robin and Usopp's gonna notice this and say, "So you can just dodge it that easily, I guess." And she's gonna say, "Yeah." And Usopp is gonna use a little bit of hockey and start firing at her. Robin will actually use observation. And Usopp's gonna say, "All right, you do have some understanding of it." And Sanji's actually gonna attack Zoro using Diablo Jambe. And Zoro ended up Zoro used a little bit of green hockey on his hand and just blocked Diablo Jambe. That was also infused with hockey. And Sanji's like, I know you couldn't have done that when you had black hockey. But Luffy's crew will say, hey, can we train with them? Since, but I'm gonna say that Luffy will say, in 2 days, you guys can start training with them. They're gonna agree and be like, all right. And this break actually is teaching them how to unleash their Conqueror's Hockey. I would say the person that has the most will on the crew besides Luffy and Zoro and Robin is going to be Usopp. So yeah. And Luffy's Conqueror's Hockey can't even knock out Usopp either. It's just probably gonna bring him to his knees, barely conscious. And Usopp is actually gonna be okay with this, because since he thinks, or he's considering it as durability training. And Zoro is gonna start first, since he can't use it as good as Robin. And he unleashes it. Usopp is just standing in the middle of it, walking towards Zoro. Usopp takes out a knife and starts walking towards Zoro. And Zoro tries even harder to unleash Conqueror's Hockey. And Usopp will just jump at Zoro and say, "You're dead." And Luffy will just sadly tell Zoro, "You fail." And Zoro will kind of just sit down. We're gonna go. Then Robin will actually do it. Usopp is gonna still have a knife in his hand, and he start walking towards Robin. It's not a real knife; it's like a wooden knife. And Robin's gonna use her basic amount of Conqueror's Hockey. And Usopp's gonna say, feeling a little dizzy, and start forcing his way through it. I say he coats his body, I'm gonna say he coats his his face in Conqueror, since it's supposed to affect your mental state by knocking you out. It's supposed to affect your brain. And Usopp's gonna start walking through it like it's nothing. And then she uses all the Conqueror's Hockey she can. And Usopp is gonna fall to one leg and say, "You pass." And Luffy's gonna say, "I have to agree, you pass." And he's gonna tell Robin to train Zoro in Conqueror's Hockey. Robin's gonna be like, "Okay." And he's start training everyone else. And I'm gonna say that Usopp does have the potential to use black hockey. He's just gonna have to train really hard to use it. Alright, so right now we haven't entered the time skip yet. You guys probably know this. And I'm actually gonna put Usopp, his power is actually similar to what he had after the time skip in canon. So pre-time skip Usopp in this what if is as strong as post-time skip Usopp in canon. So yeah. And basically that's the gist of it. The strats, I'm gonna say Zoro actually will be able to unleash like a basic amount of Conqueror's Haki, since if Zoro was going all out, that'd be basic. Like it's basic Conqueror's Haki if Zoro was going all out when he was facing Usopp. It's basic amount. But Robin, if she goes all out, she could probably bring Usopp probably down to his knees, not just that one leg, but he's still gonna be conscious. Because Zoro could probably force Usopp down to one knee now. The Strats start training with them, and they find out that they're actually super strong. When I say that Zoro pulls out one sword and challenges Sanji, Sanji will say, "You're gonna need your three sword style, you asshole." He starts to charge Zoro with the Diablo Jambe activated. And the moment it clashes with Zoro's sword, Sanji is knocked unconscious. I'm gonna say that Sanji hasn't felt like a blade full of Conqueror's Haki yet. It actually puts Sanji in excruciating pain in Zoro used Conqueror's Haki all at once. So it knocks Sanji unconscious through pain and Conquerors. Alright, so Zoro won. And I don't think this is Nami and Usopp versus Robin. And Robin's gonna how Whitebeard does that Marineford where he pushes his arms to the side? I was gonna do something similar. And arms are gonna come out of both Nami and Usopp's cheeks in the form of fists. And they're gonna have black Haki on them. And it's gonna knock them both out. And people say, alright, Robin and Zoro win. That's when Chopper will say, I didn't fight yet, and rush at them. So that Zoro will just use a hand-covered invisible Haki and just try to chop Chopper in the head. Chopper's down for the count now. Yeah. 2 days pass, and Sanji is actually gonna unlock. His Haki is gonna start developing a orangish color. He notices this and tells Luffy about it. Luffy's gonna say, "Alright, punch me in the cheek with it," and he's gonna do it. Luffy's gonna say, "Oh, not as strong as I thought." So I'm just gonna be discouraged and try to hit Luffy in the face again. Sanji is using his legs. At one point, his leg will turn fully orange, mixed with a little black, and kick Luffy. This is gonna give him a bloody nose, and he's gonna start laughing, saying, "Now that's what I call Haki." Have you guys hear me breathing heavily? Kind of doing a little jog around my apartment. I'm bored. But yeah. Zoro will also actually be able to hold his green Haki a lot longer. I'm gonna say he can hold it for about 20 minutes. Robin can hold her purple Haki for about an hour. Luffy can hold his red Haki for about 2 days. So yeah. And everyone on the whole Strike crew has just been sparring for 2 days straight. They arrive at the island where they get the map for Skypiea and everything. And they start heading towards, I forget the island's name, but yeah. Hold up. Alright. The Strats end up finding the map where they go to Skypiea, and they end up going to Jaya. That's the island where they met Bellamy. And Luffy ended up arriving there first. But I'm saying about 30 minutes before they reach Jaya, the newspaper drops down. And it's to announce new bounties. So, bounty for Straw Hat Luffy, 470 million. 1 for beating Crocodile. 2, he actually brothers with not Blackbeard, with Fire Fist Ace and the Sky King Sabo. 470 million berry bounty. 470 million buried. Pirate Hunter Zoro. Bounty of 100 million. Blackfoot Sanji. Sniper King Usopp. They have a bounty of 80 million. Actually, no, I'm giving Usopp 80 million, Sanji gets 90 million. I'm saying that they found out that Robin joined Luffy's crew before they left. They gave her a bounty of 100 million as well. So, Devil Child Robin, 100 million berry bounty. Cat Burglar Nami. It's a bounty of 70 million. Now, we're moving on to Chopper. Chopper was straight up disrespected in canon. I'm gonna say that. Like he was mega disrespected. Did no one report that their pet can turn into a giant buff ass man and wail on people? So that will actually happen. Crocodile will say that, and they're gonna be like, that's kind of scary. Hey, like, I'm gonna give Chopper a bounty of 100,000. 100,000 berries. That's all he gets right now. Until the time skip, he gets 100,000 berries. Everyone will get their newspaper. They're gonna start dancing around, even Chopper. And he's gonna be happy that his first bounty is in the 100,000s. So yeah, I'm gonna start cheering and everything. And when it starts to reach Jaya, no one like they're not have like the disguises like they had in canon. And a lot of the rookies, like the supernovas, they don't think Luffy's as strong as everyone makes him out to be. They think he's just a rookie that got lucky because of who he hung around with. You guys hear a voice right? I'm sorry. But they think he got lucky because he's a rookie that hung around with Whitebeard and everything. They don't think he's actually strong. That's how a lot of people see him as. The only people that know how strong he is are the Marines. Plus anyone he's ever fought. So only opponents and Marines know how strong he is. Well, plus people that trained him. So, like regular pirates, they don't think he's just strong. They think he's just a spoiled brat. And when they arrive on Jaya, no one's gonna be scared of Luffy. And they did see the birds fall out of the sky, but actually no, they didn't. Usopp sent like 3 bullets coming towards the birds, and he's very preservative of animals, and plus Chopper is pretty young compared to him. I'm saying he wants to set an example in front of Chopper that not all animals are like for hunting. Usopp's gonna pull out 2-3 lead stores and just fire them at the 3 bullets going towards them. And he's gonna fire it back at whoever shot at the birds. And it's one of Blackbeard's crewmen. Blackbeard's gonna see this and say, "Someone shot your bullets with 3 lead balls, and then they almost hit you." And the guy's gonna say, "Precisely." And he's gonna see that his gun has a giant hole in it from one of the lead balls. Blackbeard's gonna be impressed, saying, "Whoever's coming here is no joke." I'm gonna say about 10 minutes later, because Whitebeard is still waiting there, he sees Luffy's flag come into view. He's gonna tell all of his crewmen, "That ship right there, don't fuck with it. Don't even touch it. Don't. I'm probably the only one here that could probably even scratch him." Melanie hears this and says, "In your dreams," and starts going to the bar. Those rats do dock, and Luffy will put on a cloak, kind of like what Dragon wears. and this straw hat is gonna be on the inside. So Luffy usually like puts opponents under his what was it? In his Grand Fleet. They have around 100 people right now. He didn't do that to anyone else except like Bones' crew or Mr. Two. So he has 100 people in his Grand Fleet right now. I was adding that because I realized that I didn't do that to 2 people. So like the Warlords, he's not going to invite any of them into his crew unless he deems them worthy. All right, so Luffy's crew arrives on the island, and they don't have their regular flag up. They don't want to get recognized. Everyone's kind of laughing at Luffy, saying he can't wear his usual disguise since he has a giant white beard, red haired, and a straw tattoo all over his body. He's gonna agree to that and just put on a cloak. And Luffy enters the bar, and Nami won't tell Luffy he can't fight. She's actually gonna know he's the captain. She can't tell him what to do. And Zoro's gonna come with them as well. Everyone else is gonna stay on the ship. They don't really want to come. I'm gonna say Blackbeard actually didn't tell his crew that. They don't know who shot it. But everyone is like wearing cloaks, so they don't get recognized. They're wearing masks or cloaks. Sure, they're all wearing cloaks. They have straw hat tattoos on their body. When Whitebeard sees this, he's gonna know that these guys are on the run and they're dangerous. His crew are still gonna leave them alone. When Luffy gets in the bar, everyone's gonna be like, the hell? And he sits down. So he sits down, orders a few drinks, and starts drinking. Luffy orders about. I'm gonna say he orders about 5 pies and 3 orders of osake. And Blackbeard is just in there drinking with him and eating. The same thing happens. It's gonna be like Luffy eats the pies, and so comes Blackbeard, and Blackbeard can say, "These pies are delicious." Luffy can say, "These pies suck." They're gonna look and show the angry look. Then they're gonna drink the alcohol. Blackbeard's gonna say, "This alcohol sucks." Luffy's gonna say, "This alcohol rules." It's going on like that for about 10 minutes until Blackbeard says, "The hell is wrong with your taste buds, kid?" Luffy's gonna say, "Nothing's wrong with mine. What are wrong with yours?" Then everyone else tastes the pie and says, "This pie is pretty bad." Blackbeard will just laugh and say, "Alright, whatever," and leave. And he'd recognize that voice, and he's gonna go outside and start like having cold sweats and say, "Luffy's here." And tell his crew that they need to pack up and leave immediately. I'm gonna be surprised seeing their captain breaking down in cold sweats. So he's like, "Alright, if he's scaring you, we need to leave now." Bellamy walks into the bar and sees how much Luffy ate. It's been 10 minutes. Luffy ate probably about. Luffy didn't have any pies this time. Just a lot of food, like burgers, ramen, meat. And he's gonna start trying to put. Bellamy's gonna try to pressure Luffy for money. He's gonna rip off Luffy's cloak. And he's gonna see it's Luffy. And he says, "If it isn't the spoiled brat." And Luffy said, who are you calling spoiled? And Bellamy's gonna say, "Every rookie sees you as a spoiled brat who's not even strong. Yes, just has a high bounty because of who you hang around with." Luffy says, "Tell me all you want. I don't care. All you weak ass rookies mean nothing to me." Bellamy's right hand man is gonna say, "Don't disrespect Bellamy like that. He's a rookie with a 55 million berry bounty." And Zoro's gonna take off his cloak and say, "And I'm a rookie with a 100 million berry bounty." And Zoro's gonna pick up a plate, use it with hockey, and just chuck it at the guy's right hand man. Right hand man's gonna use boomerang. Use one break play on impact. The plate is gonna break on impact of his boomerang. The plate shatters his boomerang and just slams him into a wall. But Bellamy's gonna be like, "What the hell?" He's gonna start questioning Zoro and saying, "My guess is you're the captain of this crew, huh?" And he's gonna say, "No,
stronger than me. What I just did won't even scratch him. Then he'd be like, I highly doubt that. Just launch a punch at Luffy. It's gonna land. Bellamy's gonna start feeling like his hand is in pain. He's gonna be like, the hell did you do to your face? And he's gonna try to do the same thing he did in canon. And Bellamy's whole crew is in the bar at this point, just watching this unfold. And they're just laughing, saying, "Give it to him, Bellamy." And by the time Luffy gets up, everyone notices he doesn't even have a scratch on him. He's not even bruised. He's like, the what? And Bellamy's gonna say, "What are you?" And Luffy will say, "All right, you try to have a little fun with me. Last time I break every bone in your body." And he grabs Bellamy by the neck and starts stomping his face in, kicking him, punching him, whatever fighting moves you can imagine Luffy's doing to him. And then he will grab Bellamy by the leg, and Bellamy's covered in blood, bruises, scratches. He will grab Bellamy by the leg and just slam his face into the doorway. Then just lay him outside, saying, "Now you bleed to death." And the Straw Hats are actually walking to the bar since everyone's been gone for a while. They see Luffy do that. They're like, someone caught him in a bad mood, I guess. And then Luffy walks outside with Nami and Zoro. And Bellamy's whole crew tries to fight. And Robin's gonna say, "I haven't been in a fight with you yet. I haven't fought for you guys yet. So I guess it's time I prove my worth." And she just knocks them all out with Conqueror's Haki. Bellamy's gonna notice this and say, "What the hell are you guys?" And Luffy will say, "We're the Straw Hat Pirates," and just stomp on Bellamy's head. This will actually kill Bellamy. And Blackbeard did come back because he noticed Luffy's bounty. He just sees Bellamy. No, Blackbeard came back because he saw Luffy's bounty. And it was like, if I'm strong enough, I could at least knock him unconscious and call the Marines. Then, when Blackbeard is about to arrive again, he sees Luffy kill Bellamy. And he sees, Bellamy's whole crew is unconscious. And he's going to start sweating again. He's going to walk onto, the dock and say, "Hey, Straw Hat Luffy." And Luffy's going to look at him and say, "If it isn't Teach." And he's going to coat his arm in, bright red Iron Man hockey. And he's going to launch, a gum pistol straight into his gut. And then Blackbeard flying. His crew is going to start rushing at him. And Zoro and Sanji take over. Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp take over. Luffy will call them... Usually the demon trio is Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Luffy doesn't count himself as part of the crew. It's like how some parents will say, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. That's different. That's kind of how Luffy is with his crew. He's like, "No, I'm not your crewmate, I'm your captain. The only order is respect and do as I say. And, in turn, you guys will be treated harshly." That's kind of how Luffy talks to his crew. They can get along with that. They're like, "Alright, we get it." And Luffy will just yell Demon Trio. And Usopp, Sanji, and Zoro come up. And, alright, I'm gonna go over how the Straw Hats look after this, okay? So, Luffy will end up yelling Demon Trio. And the guy with, Jesus or something, he's a wrestler. He'll charge at Sanji. Luffy will, pick up, Sanji will, hold his leg up and coat it in orange Iron Man hockey. And say, I can only hold this for a minute, so let's make this fast. And then he's gonna activate the Yellow Jambe. He's gonna start whooping his ass. Breaking bones left and right. On the final kick, it just cracks his skull and knocks him out cold. The sick-looking guy plus the guy that recommended Blackbeard for the Warlords. He's also a member of his crew. He looks like the Joker, a bootleg version. Alright. The sick guy You and the clown guy are in a rush at Zoro. Zoro's gonna say,
Man, this isn't really fun.
and he's gonna like gonna say, like he's gonna hold his arm to his chest and say no sword style, dragon twister. And he's just gonna activate it, and everyone's gonna see like a bright green tornado or dark green tornado, for like swirling in the air, and the Blackbeard pirates fly everywhere. Blackbeard's gonna notice this and be like, "What is his crew?" And then it's Usopp versus the sniper guy. The sniper guy is holding a rifle, and Usopp will just straight up use like a Firebird star and launch it into the barrel of a gun. And the moment it connects to, like a part, like the back of the gun, it just explodes. And then the gun kind of explodes in the guy's hands and like blows up in his face. The gun blows up in his face. The guy has like a giant burn mark from like his collarbone all the way up to like his hairline. And the guy's hands are almost completely blown apart. They're kind of like a mangled, bloody mess. And he just falls off the roof that he's gonna try to snipe Usopp from. His gun got fixed, or no, he's using a new gun. Even his monocle is even melting. But yeah. And Blackbeard will like activate as much darkness as he can and try to swallow the city. Or Jaya. If he will coat two of his arms in red armament hockey and just slam them on Blackbeard's back. Then he's gonna start wailing on Blackbeard. Blackbeard's noticing Luffy's not going too hard on him. And Luffy's gonna drop kick him into the side of a building, like the side of a mountain. Luffy's gonna rush him to the bar and say, I need a transponder snail. And Tar's gonna be like, wait, what? So I completely forgot about Ace's goal. Then Luffy calls Whitebeard and says, I found Teach. And Whitebeard will announce this to his whole crew, and Luffy just hears cheering and everything. And Blackbeard also doesn't know Garp is on his crew, since Garp tried to remain hidden since he found Blackbeard shady. And if Garp was seen by Blackbeard, it was like as Luffy's guardian. So Blackbeard does know Garp was on Whitebeard's ship for a little bit, but was always angry with him. Like it was like only a parent for Luffy, like his chaperone. So yeah. So at one point, I'm gonna say Luffy will hold down Blackbeard, and like Zoro's like tied up his whole crew. And I'm gonna say the Whitebeard pirates were in the area, and it takes about an hour or two for them to get there. And they see Luffy on the dock, like holding his foot on Blackbeard's head. And then Whitebeard will look at his crew and start laughing. And say, it looks like Luffy's crew handled all of Whitebeard's. They see Jesus, I believe his last name's Burgess or something. You see Jesus covered in blood, mangled, broken. Then they see the sick guy and then the clown guy, they're covered in cuts. No, they're just, what was it? He's just very bruised. Just bruised and hurting. Cause Zoro's Dragon Twister. And Blackbeard will like walk onto the dock. And I forgot what division Thatch commanded, but I'm pretty sure it's the second division, like Ace. This time it's Marco's division, but Ace led it first. Like well, first it was Thatch, then Ace. Now it's Marco. And Blackbeard doesn't know Ace is the first division commander. And when Ace walks up to him, he's gonna say the second division commander, here to get revenge. And Marco will say, he's not the second division commander, I am. Not Marco. Blackbeard's jaw will just drop and say, show mercy, please. And Sabo will walk up to him and activate a whole tornado of clouds. And like the last thing they see is that Sabo activates hockey and the clouds turn black as Ace is like releasing black flames. And last thing anyone hears is what Blackbeard yelling no, as Sabo and Ace basically just destroy the man.
When the tornado is over, all they see is like just like burnt bones of Blackbeard. And his crew is just screaming. Because they took care of his captain so fast. And Ace could have done it by himself as well. So could Sabo. And Whitebeard will say, the last thing we have are his scum of, or a scum he calls crew. Luffy will say, my crew rough enough, and just hand him over to Whitebeard. And Jesus will get up a little bit, try to rush Whitebeard. Whitebeard will coat one finger in a quick level and put it on Jesus' head. Then it just starts Jesus is just writhing in pain, and randomly his head pops. And the whole rest of the Blackbeard pirates are like, no, please don't leave us. And Marco will just straight up have his flames turn like a little bit of white. And he just points out a talon at them and say, "You're dead." And just roast them. Actually, no. The whole Whitebeard, all the commanders have their way with the Blackbeard pirates. Pain, torture, beatings, other stuff that some people do. They do that to them. So it's kind of just straight up torture. Torture and abuse to them. Because they kind of terrorized the Whitebeard pirates just over one person. So yeah. Blackbeard isn't a warlord in this one. The guy that claims to be Whitebeard's son is actually going to take Blackbeard's place. And I'm saying there's a marine on the island, dressed out as a pirate. And he sees us and just runs. He's gonna hop on the ship and just run. Or sail away. And this is actually gonna give Luffy another bounty increase. 500 million. It's not right now, but that's Luffy's current bounty before it gets announced. And right now, since Whitebeard was caught palling around with Luffy and Shanks, and this is actually going to make his bounty equal to Roger's. But now people are calling Whitebeard the Pirate King. And I'm gonna say that Roger was okay with his title. He didn't deny it. This time, Whitebeard's denying the Pirate King title. So a few people do call him Pirate King, just not that many. Since he doesn't call himself the Pirate King. So fun fact, Roger was 9 feet tall. Everyone in One Piece is hella tall. Whitebeard's 22, 27 feet tall. Every admiral's like 9'5", 10 feet. Alright, so they end up running into Nolan's descendant, and Luffy will know the book. I'm gonna say that he found it in the bar after the whole place was destroyed because of him. Luffy will hand the bartender 10,000 berries and say, "Fix it up." And they raid Bellamy's hotel that he rented out. They raid his ship, everything, and they find 500 million berries in total. They're like, hell yeah. Nami's okay with heavy spending now. She's gonna be like, "Alright, Sharks, go on a spending spree, but just nothing above 200 million. I'm gonna be like, "The hell? We can buy stores." He's like, "Fair enough." And they're just gonna go on a spending spree. I'm gonna say they spend around 10 million berries in total on the whole island. But when they run into Nolan's descendant, he's gonna be like, I've seen your wanted posters before. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, cool." They didn't run into the Monkey Brothers again this time. They don't know who they are. Luffy saw a ship, and it was the Monkey Brothers ship, but he saw Luffy's flag and stayed away from him. So the other brothers. And they're the brothers are gonna run up to Luffy and say, We've done nothing, don't terrorize us." And Luffy will just say, "The hell are you talking about? We're not here to do anything. We just noticed that he looks like Nolan the liar." And he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, my great 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 grandfather." The reason to be surprised the book is true. And he's never been to Sky Island. No, screw that. He has. He doesn't know the book is based on a true story, though. So he was going to Sky Island just for the sake of the story, but someone wants to show it to his crew because they don't believe there's an actual Sky Island. And Luffy will talk to the guy and say, and the guy's like, my one dream has been trying to prove that my uncle wasn't not my uncle, that my grandfather wasn't a liar. And he's gonna say, we talked about and reread the book. He's gonna say, oh, the City of Gold, yeah, that exists. The guy's gonna say, we haven't proven it yet. And he's gonna say, oh no, I've been to Sky Island, it exists. No, he's gonna say, I've been to the City of Gold, it exists. He's gonna say, how? And people say, once every few years, there's like this thing that'll launch, I forgot what it's called, but it launches like a lot of water in the air. I'm just gonna call it a reverse whirlpool. And the guy's gonna say, yeah, every few years. The people will say, well, when Nolan was around, there was a really powerful one. And it was enough to shatter stone and everything. It launched an island into the air. So our island was the other half of this one. Now it had the City of Gold on it. And the City of Gold actually ended up in the sky. And Skypians. That's where they originate from. And there's actually a rookie who is from Sky Island, and he has wings. And I'm gonna say he goes to his ship to find wanted posters, because Luffy has like a list of people that he wants to beat up. And his goal is to beat every supernova, to prove that he's not some spoiled brat. Since it does like make him angry a bit, but yeah. So he finds the picture, and they're like, so people from Sky Island do exist, and that's where the city is. And they're gonna be like, okay, they exist. And Luffy will I'm gonna say, they do end up going to Sky Island in this one. And Luffy will show his crew that. So as they get to Sky Island, they don't have enough to pay the woman at the gate. And Luffy does know another currency. He does have some in his room. You know, he can't pay the currency. He has some of their own in his room. I'm like hanging around with Shanks and Whitebeard. He grabs some, and they, the whole shark crew knows what they are. Like, they don't know it's Skypian currency. They just think it's like some things Luffy found that he thought were cool. He hands them to the lady, and she said, "Oh, people down there actually do have these." Luffy was like, "Oh yeah, I've been here before a few times." And she's like, alright, go ahead in. And they don't have the army following them, but they do meet the people they do in canon. Sanji's not going to be as much of a pervert in this one either. It's funny, I know, but Luffy's not Luffy. Sanji's not going to swim over her in anything. Sanji's gonna introduce himself and act like a gentleman. Also, the gentlemen nowadays are not going to simps, so Sanji's gonna be a simp. And yeah, essentially that happens. Luffy will end up introducing themselves, and they all ride around and have fun. Like, the army for that island doesn't come, and they don't get shot at. Luffy, I'm saying, he always has he has one barrier of advanced armament up, just because he's being cautious for his crew. They don't know this, but Luffy does have one up. It's kind of like a circle, so it's like not three quake bubbles. It's 3 lines of advanced armament hockey. One of them coming from his left hand, the other from his right, and one coming from his foot, covering the top left, top right, bottom of the ship. Just because he wants them to be safe. And when they get to Sky Island, Luffy doesn't know that they have to be God or anything on the island. Shanks just took him around to explore. So yeah. Luffy doesn't know about this. He's like, oh, didn't know about this, and ends up going to the island with his whole crew. And the guy, like the girl's father, is gonna be like, "Don't go there. God's gonna punish you." And Luffy says, "I find the world government far more scary than God, and I've fought them on many occasions. So screw God. I'm gonna go fight." And the first start laughing at this, saying, "That's our captain for you," and rushing after him. And as they get to the island, not the island, end of Earth. Let me pause this real quick. All right. As the Straw Hats end up going to the island, they see I forgot the They see Wiper's group. Fuck, I'm tired. They see Wiper's group, and they end up fighting the same people. The same people fight. Zoro and the guy with the guns versus the snake as well. Zoro versus the guy with the guns versus the snake as well. So two people. Two people and one animal. They start fighting, and Zoro actually get fed up with this, and he's blocking every bullet and every snake bite. And Zoro will actually start measuring how much hockey they have. And Zoro will say, "This guy barely even has an ounce of observation in him." And he's gonna see the snake actually does is he's trying to use ornament on Zoro. And he's gonna laugh out loud and say, "How the hell does this snake have more hockey than you?" The snake is gonna start laughing as well. And the snake is gonna rush behind Zoro because he can see Zoro's charging up a large amount of ornament. And the snake is gonna ignore Zoro from now on. The snake likes Zoro. Also, Zoro used Conqueror's hockey on it. And he just uses Dragon Twister, like a basic one. And the guy starts being put in a tornado. And he just gets flung into a tree, being knocked out cold. The shots fight everyone else, but this one don't really take as much damage. I'm saying, when Eneru finds the ship, shots aren't by themselves. Zoro did wander off by himself by accident. But Luffy, he ended up on the crew, and Eneru shows up. Also, the main fights. All the shots win their main fights. Relative ease, barely any damage. Usopp just got shocked. Burned. He got burned. He has a burn mark on his arm. And Eneru's gonna try to fight Luffy, and he finds out Luffy's made of rubber. So Eneru's gonna infuse a little bit of ornament hockey and say, "This should get you now." And Luffy's just gonna use he's gonna use Iron Body. And the lightning's still not going to do anything. Everyone's scanning Luffy for hockey. You usually find out Luffy has all three types of hockey, and they're almost maxed out. Luffy's observation is almost at his max power. So is his ornament, and his Conqueror is at halfway. So 90% observation, 90% armament, 60% Conquerors. And Eneru's gonna be like, "I don't even have Conqueror's hockey. This lowly pirate does," and tries to shock Luffy again. Luffy will just straight up put his hand flat out, put his hand flat out, and just lunge at Eneru while using basic black hockey and just spear him straight through the chest. And this actually wins Luffy the title of God. He just says, I don't really want to be God. Give it to the old God." The sharks are gonna be like, "Are you mad? You are legit gonna be God up here." He says, "Did you not hear what they said? God is not allowed to leave this place." And the sharks go, "No, old God can be God now," because they like Luffy as captain. And Luffy ended up winning still. The snake isn't gonna fight anyone. I'm saying he takes a picture on a snail to prove the sea of gold exists. But everyone else is gonna be like, "This place is cool. We're just kind of sad that we don't have the gold bell." Luffy's gonna be like, oh. And starts hunting for like a giant bell. He finds it and rushes to it. He comes back about 2 minutes later with a giant gold bell. He rings it as loud as he can. It makes one crack in it. And guys on the ground are ready to be like, yeah, it exists, it exists. They can see Luffy's shadow, and they see him holding his sword out on his head while he's shirtless. They're gonna be like, that's probably the most boss projection I've ever seen. So yeah. But, Luffy is gonna basically leave Sky Island after that. Oh no, he's not gonna leave yet. Actually, he did kill Eneru, and looks like he asked Eneru's remaining crew to like be part of his grand fleet. Looks like Eneru has about 200 guys, and they agree. They're like, this is power, and they agree to join his crew. So yeah. So yeah, Struts end up leaving a lot earlier because Luffy is not hurt at all. Okay, all right. Well, that's the end of this. What if? Peace out.